Hey everybody, I'm ExxotikGaming. Hope you're all having a great day. Today, we're going to be talking about Super People. Super People is an exciting battle royale game for PC that's been out for a couple of years now, and I always thought it was really cool. I never played it myself personally, but I watched a lot of videos from people like Acolyte playing this game, and it just looked like a really fun battle royale game. So when the developers first teased that they were going to be working on a mobile version of this game after they perfect the PC version, you could probably guess how excited I was. I was ecstatic. This game was like the next generation version of PUBG. It had elements from Warzone, Fortnite, Apex Legends, and even Minecraft. The mobile version would surely be a welcome addition to the growing number of great mobile titles we have right now. However, recently, the game has not been in the best states. There is a massive decline of players, and most people just aren't interested in Super People anymore. So, what does this mean for Super People Mobile? The game was originally supposed to release in mid-2023. Let's talk about that. Hey, by the way, if you enjoy content like this, please leave a like and subscribe for more content on current and upcoming mobile games. Thanks, guys, and let's begin. Super People is a game that was first announced in a game reveal trailer on July 16th, 2021. Then, it later released on Steam in an early access closed beta on December 7th, 2021. It was developed by Wonder People, a Korean studio that aimed to create a realistic and immersive battle royale experience with a twist. In Super People, you don't just play as a regular soldier, but as a super soldier, hence the name Super People, each with their own unique skills and special abilities, just like Apex Legends and Farlight 84. You can choose from 13 different classes, such as Sniper, Demolisher, Gas Soldier, Shotgun Master, and more. Each class has its own strengths and weaknesses, with, of course, some of them being better than others, and you can customize your loadouts and appearance to suit your playstyle. The game takes place on a large island with different terrains and environments, such as forests, mountains, cities, and military bases. In this game, you can freely choose between first and third-person view, which is also a really unique feature. Most games you can only choose one at a time. You can't just like flip-flop between first person and third person. You can explore the map using vehicles, parachutes, or grappling hooks, and it really felt like this game had improved movement to just the generic PUBG. I don't know, to me it felt like a futuristic version of PUBG, sort of like New State Mobile felt like when it first came out. It had great graphics, and from all the YouTube videos that I saw, I thought it looked really nice. You can even loot weapons, armor, and items from buildings or crates, just like you would in pretty much every Battle Royale game. And all of these weapons have different rarities, from common all the way up to legendary and mythical, just like in Apex or Fortnite. The game features realistic graphics and physics, as well as dynamic weather and lighting effects. One of the features that made Super People stand out from other Battle Royale games was its crafting system. I saw this in YouTube videos, and I thought it was just such a cool idea. Minecraft isn't the only game with crafting in it. But here's the craziest thing. Crafting was actually a feature that they removed from the game last year. I have no idea why, but I think it was a massive mistake on their part because it took away one of the most unique features in that game. Basically, crafting in Super People improved the rarity of your weapons in game. You could use different materials that you found in the map to upgrade your helmet, vest, backpack, or even your weapons. It was such a cool feature because it basically removed that entire luck-based RNG aspect so many Battle Royale games had. In other games, you could just be insanely lucky and find all the best weapons, equipment, and attachments right off the bat, and then you'd have an unfair advantage over everybody else for a long time. However, in Super People, if you play it right, everybody should be able to upgrade all of their weapons and equipment to the same rarity level by the end of the game, so everybody was on a much more even playing field. There's a lot more to the whole crafting element in this game, and I could probably spend an entire separate video on it, but we gotta keep moving. It's just a shame that they took this feature away. Maybe it was buggy or had some issues, but I think if they kept it in the game, Super People would be in a much better state right now. Now, the whole game itself is similar to other Battle Royale games you've played in the past. You start by dropping from the airplane with 99 other players, and you have to survive until you're the last player or squad standing. I think at the moment you can choose between solos or trios. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but they had squads and duos back in the day. As expected, the playable area shrinks over time, forcing players to move closer together and fight each other in crazy battles. However, Super People adds some unique elements to the formula. For instance, you can use your superpowers to gain an edge over your enemies or to escape from danger. You can also level up your character during the match by killing enemies or completing objectives. This will unlock new skills and perks that'll make you stronger and more versatile. Super People was a game that had a lot of potential and promise. I think everybody can see that from everything that I've showed you so far. It was praised by players and critics alike for its innovative gameplay and high-quality graphics. It was also very popular in South Korea, where it's had millions of players since its launch. It was even featured in some major gaming events and tournaments, such as the PUBG Global Invitational way back in 2021. The game even had daily tournaments and a $75,000 cash prize pool for top players during its last closed beta test before it finally went into early access in August 2022. A lot of big YouTubers and streamers like Shroud, Dr. Disrespect, and Tim the Tatman all played this game, and it seemed like this really would be the next PUBG. So with all of this being said, it was very exciting news back in September 2022 when the developers first said that they were going to be working on a mobile version of the game after they perfect the PC version. By December 2022, there was even a Chinese website similar to TapTap where Super People Mobile was listed and you could pre-register for the game. Everything pointed toward a mid-2023 release, and people like me were getting really freaking excited. However, despite its success and popularity, Super People on PC also faced some challenges and difficulties along the way. The game had some technical issues and bugs that affected its performance and stability. The game also had some pretty critical balance issues and exploits that made some classes or weapons way too powerful or too weak. The game also had some controversies and criticism regarding its whole monetization system. A lot of people like to say this game was pay to win, and its similarity to other games in the genre. These are all valid issues, don't get me wrong, but none of these problems were enough to explain the sudden decision from Wonder People to just shut down Super People on August 21st, 2023. It came out of nowhere. They just posted a notice on their Steam page a couple of days ago saying that they would be terminating the game. The number of users is continuing to decrease, and they explain that due to game mechanics of Battle Royale, if the number of users decreases, the matching time increases, and matching can't be fair. They finish by saying that they hope to see their players again in the future with more improved games. Now here's the thing. Some players speculate that Wonder People might have faced some legal issues or financial difficulties that forced them to shut down Super People. Maybe it was too similar to PUBG and the PUBG devs weren't too happy about it, and maybe there were enough people playing, but not enough people buying things in-game to keep the company financially stable. Who really knows? But for me personally, if I were in that situation, I would just introduce more bots to the game. And I'd really try to make them look as realistic to real players as possible. Pretty much every mobile game has bots in it, and a lot of PC games do as well, and that really helps with queue times. You don't have to wait minutes at a time to join servers, and I understand the developers, Wonder People, might be taking the morally high route by not wanting to introduce tons and tons of bots to the game, but you might just have to. And it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. There's clearly a bigger issue as to why the player base is declining, so you have to take the time to figure out exactly what the players want, and then introduce these new features to grow your player base again. Once you start growing your game, you can remove more and more bots until there's no bots at all, and I feel like that would just work over the long run. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a game dev. Maybe there's just much more to it. So what does this mean for the mobile version of this game? Well, I told you that the developers planned on releasing the mobile version of the game after they perfected the PC version. And since they haven't perfected the PC version at all, and are in fact shutting it down entirely, I don't think that looks too good for Super People Mobile. I'm sure they began working on the mobile version of the game already. In fact, I would go as far to say that they were probably not too far from doing closed beta tests somewhere around the world. Maybe South Korea, maybe China. If they were originally planning for a mobile release in mid-2023, by December 2022, when that Chinese website popped up, they had to have at least something developed. Some people in their internal team may even have a version of Super People on their phones, but we'll just never know. And since those servers are probably offline and a download was never publicly available, we'll probably never get to see any gameplay. Depending on how much they develop the mobile version of this game, there's a very strong chance they're just going to completely abandon the project altogether. At the very best, this game might be severely delayed, and you might have to wait at least a couple of years to be able to play it. But here's the thing, there's one silver lining to all of this. In their Steam notice from a couple of days ago, they specifically say, "We hope to see you again with more improved games after the termination of early access." What that means is they have not entirely given up. They believe that they can make even better games than Super People. They clearly saw a lot of success with the whole Battle Royale genre in Super People's early days, and I don't think they're just going to abandon the entire shooting realm altogether. Most importantly, they have created mobile games in the past. They released a South Korea exclusive game back in 2018 and a much more successful Texas Hold'em card game back in 2017 that got its most recent update just a few months ago. They obviously see the potential of the mobile gaming market. They see that this market is growing, and they are definitely going to want to continue pursuing it. So here's what could potentially happen. Super People could come back. It could look different, and it could have an entirely different name. But if they think the whole shooting genre still has potential, they might try and reinvent the whole thing for themselves with all the changes players so desperately wanted. It might not even be a Battle Royale game. It might be something entirely different. Who really knows? This is all being very optimistic, but if I'm just thinking logically, they put so much effort and resources into their existing game already, they're probably going to take some elements from it and put it into their new game, whatever it may be. And most likely, this new game will have some mobile version as well. And who knows? Maybe someday in the future, Wonder People might change their mind and decide to bring back Super People under a different name or publisher. They could even make a sequel or a spin-off. There really are endless possibilities. Game developers are usually pretty smart. They learn from their mistakes in past games and usually don't make them another time. Until all of this happens though, players should cherish every moment they have left with Super People before it shuts down on August 21st of this year. That's not too long from now. I'll probably make a video on the PC version of this game pretty soon myself because I really want to play it before it finally does go offline. It's a sad day for Super People today, but let's be optimistic for the future and just hope for the best. Hey, I really hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, please take a second and leave a like and subscribe for more gaming content just like this. Thanks guys, and I'll see you all in the next episode.